Hi, one of the things I'm talking about today is the new add-on Guild Roster Manager that I wrote. One of the things it does is it helps organize the information in the player a little bit easier in the Guild Roster window. That's just one of the things I have. So rather than having to click on each name, you just got to mouse over them. And as long as you've input the information, it'll tell you the date they joined, the promotion date. It'll give you a history of somebody at that rank. Of course, it can't retroactively tell, so I kind of populated a few things since I installed the add-on, but for the video. But as you'll see, it'll tell you what date they were promoted to certain ranks, how long they've been at the rank, and it'll store that information indefinitely. Another thing as well is it also gives you all their alt information. It tells you this player is the main. It shows you their alts that are listed. So let's take a look at this. If I go to this alt that they have listed, as you can see, it shows the same population of the alts. It's just now the main is listed right here. In fact, it's actually pretty simple. Like, I can go ahead and if you don't want somebody listed as an alt anymore, I just remove them as an alt, and now this player no longer is tagged with any alts. Of course, if I want to bring them all back, it's actually quite simple. All I need to do is just tag them back into the list of alts. And so, there's lots of easy ways to do this. I did this as simple as possible. Even the way that you type it, it's kind of one of those autocomplete typing. You can tab, you can shift tab to go back, and if you even having trouble spelling the name, you can just put the cursor down here. You can just shift click a guildie's name, and it'll automatically put one of those ones with funny characters in the chat box. So another thing as well is it tracks everything. So you have a button here for the guild log. And if I were to type /roster, it also brings it up, as you can see. And one of the neat features about this, you'll see in the log that I've got players that are banned. I was doing that mainly for the video, but if, let's say, I take this player who has an alt, I can remove them from the guild, and rather than just guild kicking them, it'll give me the option to ban them. And if I ban them, if they have alts, it'll give me the option to ban all their alts as well. And so, when I then go to do that, it'll ask me to input a reason. And so the nice thing about this is that if they ever try to rejoin the guild in the future, whether it's their main or any of their alts, I'm not going to ban him right now, but you'll get a notification in the log saying, warning, so-and-so rejoined the guild, but they were banned before. The date they were banned, how long ago it was, and the reason they were banned. And it's all automatic. Of course, all of this data, the alt data, the banning data, the information, it all syncs with anyone in the guild using the add-on. It syncs with players whether they were online at the time of the changes or retroactively, just as long as that data has been populated. It was a bit of a job to get that all working properly, but it's working. And of course, another thing with the log is you have all these options, so it's very customizable. Like, you can block certain information, like I don't want to see this, I don't want to see the banning information, I don't want to see the officer note changes, and if you don't want to get the spam in your chat window when these changes occur, just uncheck the box. It's as simple as that. You can uncheck this information when you're receiving sync information from your guildies. Most importantly, the sync information, you can restrict it to whatever rank you'd like to, or higher. I'm sure most guilds might restrict it to officer ranks or higher, but I keep it all the way down so every guildie can take advantage of it except for the lowest rank. So I just keep it at that one. I'm sure some like really larger guilds where you might have to worry about you might have to worry a little bit about trolling or something like that. You might want to have tighter restrictions, but we haven't had that issue in my guild. So You just have a lot of ways to flexibility. Another really big feature as well is the ability to it automatically determines when players' anniversaries are coming up. And so let's say I were to take this player right here, and I'm going to set their anniversary date to the 30th of July. Let's just say the 22nd of July, and they joined the guild 2015. So I set the join date, and then you'll notice that now I receive a notification that Savage is going to be celebrating his 2-year anniversary in the guild, 2 years in the guild on the 22nd of July. And I now have a new option. There's this little button up here that allows me to bring up this new window. And so if I click this one, I'm going to add Savage's anniversary to the calendar. The reason I can't automatically add it to the calendar is because Blizzard has it as a protected function, so you can't do it in the code automatically. It does have to be a physical action that a player makes in the game. It's probably a restriction to prevent, automation software and botters or from doing nefarious things. Who knows? But so now in the game, I made it as simple as possible though by creating a queued up list of people that will join. So I set the event. Now I go to the calendar and take a look at that. The 22nd of July, Savage's anniversary is there. Of course, I'm just doing that for the video, so it's not. But now I go to Savage, and I can actually just clear his history because that's not accurate information. And of course, you can edit everything. You can modify things. You can clear all the players' information. You can clear the log if you'd like to. There's lots of abilities that you can use. There's a few things as well that are minor things, like message of the day. I now added a character count. If you're editing the guild information, there's now a character count when you're typing stuff. Just because it's kind of hard to plan ahead, you don't know how many characters you use. It's the same thing with officer notes and public notes and so on. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any suggestions or recommendations or requests or want to report anything, issues that you encounter, let me know. But I hope you enjoy it.